and gentlemen, so insane news is dropping right now in terms of Mayuri's release happening next week. More info is coming out, and it is, I wouldn't say it's a mess, but I don't even know what's going on anymore. Best way to put it, game files have now, well, it's now saying Mayuri being a thrust support. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's a GG. Apparently he will be supporting the abnormal damage, which is a given, to be fair. We kind of knew about that. He himself will have DOT, poison himself. In some way, Nell will be implemented within his gameplay, so see how that will play out. And yeah, I think for the most part, that's everything in total on what this Mayuri is now officially going to be doing from what we know of. So a thrust abnormal support. Anyway, on screen right now I will put up Mayuri's kit. It got sent to me, so we can take a look at everything on what he is doing. So let's start with the basic attack. Mayuri strikes the target at close range, dealing 6 hits, which is a 73% attack damage, which obviously we won't take the the attack percentage, since obviously that's wrong, but anyway. So normal attack, apply poison value. So I'm pretty sure Nell does some form of poisoning, right? If I can remember correctly. So it'll probably be in that scenario. Sub skill, Nemu. After using the skill, tap normal attack. Mayuri calls Nemu. Did I say Nell? My bad, I got the names mixed up. Mayuri calls Nemu to assist the battle. Nemu performs a spinning kick, sweeping enemies like a whirlwind, dealing 56% damage, and it also applies poison value. So we got like a 2-in-1 type character. This is pretty unique, and this could technically open up a lot more for, I guess, future characters being having like multiple characters in gameplay in a singular character. That'd be pretty cool, you know, for the future. But anyway, so that's the basic attack. Looking at the technique, Mayuri considers which tool to use and randomly selects one of the following: Flesh Tonic, Superhuman Drug, or Flesh Bomb. Each skill grants spiritual pressure when full. The skill is replaced with Super Gift, so it's like an RNG. So what do they do? Let's have a look. Sub skill, Flesh Tonic. Okay, so that's the first one. Instantly restores HP to all allies equal to 7.5% plus 5% of Mayuri's attack, then restores 100 HP per second for 5 seconds. This skill can only appear if at least one ally is not at full HP. So we've got some healing. Superhuman Drug slows enemies in range for 2.5 seconds. Upon successful cast, enemies take increased damage for 15 seconds. Isn't that like Urahara type stuff? That reminds me of Urahara. And then Flesh Bomb. Mayuri throws a Flesh Bomb, deals 7.5 damage. And additionally reducing their spiritual pressure by 45, hit poison value apply. And then the sub skill being the Super Gift, Mayuri throws a Flesh Bomb and a Toxic Gas at the enemy, dealing 8% of attack damage and reducing their spiritual pressure by 17. Upon successful cast, enemies take increased damage of 15 seconds, hits apply poison value. Okay, so that's pretty unique and surprising. Wasn't expecting some form of RNG play on the skill side of it. It says randomly select, so yeah, that will be interesting to see how that works. I don't know if they'll change it to where we have control, but we'll have to wait and see. But I like it. Already seeing some uniqueness to this character. I'm loving it. Okay, cool. When it comes to the ultimate, Golden Ashisogi descends from above, attacking a large area in front and dealing damage equal to 150. After casting the ultimate, all allies gain 25% increased technique damage for 30 seconds. Technique damage? That's interesting. I thought that would have pushed more for the abnormal side. Maybe it's on the passive, who knows? But still, that's pretty solid, because in a way, it's kind of done in a similar fashion to like Urahara, because obviously Urahara provides 20% on the crit damage. Counter, blocking the enemy, Nemu's unleashed. Okay, so more poison value to be gained there. Flash Step, which is the dodging, slow down time. There's no poison value, but okay, that's fine. Alright, moving on to the passives now. So casting skills grant spiritual pressure. When full, the technique becomes super. Okay, we know about that skill. Mayuri and Nemo attacks apply poison value. When poison value is full, it triggers the poison damage equal to 30% of Mayuri's attack. So there's the abnormal play. When Mayuri triggers poison damage, the team gains 1 stack of excitement, increasing all allies Oh wow, 30% of normal mastery for 15 seconds, and you can stack that up 2 times. So that's a nice 60%. It's clear as day, boys. Abnormal is the meta. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that was the core passive. So let's look at the enhanced passive. So Mayuri's ultimate charge rate efficiency increased by 15%. Yeah, that's nice. We want that. Mayuri's abnormal damage increased by 30%. We want that. Mayuri's poison accumulation efficiency increases by 22.5%. Okay, cool. I believe this. I think this could be at level 1, by the way, when it comes to the levels being shown here. Okay. Right, let's move on to see what the dupes are saying. So, first dupe, Mayuri grants the entire team an abnormal damage increase to 25% of his ultimate. Wait, what? Equal to 25% of his ultimate charge efficiency attribute, up to a maximum of a certain amount. So, ooh. So, in this case, we do want to make sure that his charge rate is slightly high up then. Okay. The ultimate additionally grants the entire team a 30% critical damage for 30 seconds. Cannot stack. What? Mayuri's skills, Flesh Bomb, and Superhuman Drug additionally reduce the enemy's spiritual pressure by a certain amount. Okay, so the first 2 dupes are... Yes. Those are like heavy support. We need those. 4th dupe is hitting on the spiritual pressure. B6, the maximum stack count of excitement is increased to 4. Wait, what's... I forgot what the excitement is. Oh god. Mayuri's trigger poison damage. The team gains 1 stack of excitement. Oh, so that's a 120 push right there. 120 abnormal damage increase. God, okay. So it's without clear as day that obviously with the combination between Nel and Gin and Uruhara, that is the meta team, right? They are absolutely broken together. With the release of Mayuri and the kit that we have so far, it is 100% looking like a full-on abnormal takeover for the game itself. Thankfully for right now, there isn't anything specific for mono, making it so that this Mayuri is a universal abnormal support. So you can capitalize using your Kenpachi, you can capitalize using it for Grimmjow, and going forward with any other abnormal. If they update it and they want to push for some mono, which typically they can do so through the stamp card as well as the weapon set, that's probably what they're probably going to do, because that's what they did with Nell. I'm also pretty sure that they pushed Nell with some more thrust support on her dupes, but we'll have to wait and see if any more changes. But as it stands right now, yeah, this Mayuri is going to be coming in hot and taking the support #1 spot without a doubt, because again, abnormal play, that is the big way forward. That is the meta team, the God Squad, as you could say, and this Mayuri is just coming in to provide more for that, which means more absurd damage is now possible. I guess the big W with all of it is that he is universal as it stands. But I would say if you can walk away at least with the first 2 dupes, you're chilling. That's just a universal support right there. You've got basically most covered. It's just the final 2 dupes. Like B4, I wouldn't say there's anything. It's nothing too crazy, so you can kind of not ready to be bothered with that. And B6 is just for abnormal play, to be fair. That increase 60. So yeah, basically B2 is where you want to get this man, most definitely. God damn, I did not expect Mayuri. I didn't even think thrust would even be thrown into the equation. Hold on, wait a minute. Weapon card. Upon entering the battlefield, Mayuri immediately gains a full ultimate energy. Damn. Okay. Wait, what? Upon entering the battlefield, Mayuri immediately gains 100% spiritual pressure. Damage dealt by Mayuri's technique is increased by 1000%, and healing effect is increased by 2000%. Damn. Okay, so realistically, Aizen, Nell, this is going to be beautiful with the rotation play. If that's the I assume that's got to be max stamp, right? I mean, yeah, it has to be, surely. God damn. Okay. Sorry, that's the weapon stamp, my bad. But yeah, so something you got to pull for. And then the core stamp, ultimate damage is increased by 50%. Each stack of excitement triggered by the poison additionally grants the entire team a 25% attack. Oh, that changes everything. When Mayuri receives a fatal damage, he melts into liquid and then revives. Can trigger once every 120 seconds. What the hell? That's cool. But wait, that excitement changes everything now. So if you get his final dupe, that's a 100% attack increase, and it's a stamp card, so obviously we can farm that out and max that out. That's Oh, that changes everything now. So, because honestly, the dupe side of it, I'm just like, okay, well, if not many people are really that keen on the abnormal side, you don't really have to max them out now. But there's more to it. Oh my God, fair play to the developers. So, wow, 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 wow. I mean, even if you don't get them to B6, that's fine because you're still walking away with a 50% attack increase. And I do believe that. Well, actually, could that percent go up if you dupe him? If the dupe, unless that's max dupe, that has to be max dupe because I can't see them giving us more like 150. Imagine that 150 attack increase. That would be pretty crazy if they did that. But I think it's max level, right? Wow. Okay. His support blade is going to be insane. Just when we thought we're doing some good damage now, boys, I feel like the developers might need to step up their gaming in terms of difficulty. Because this support plate is looking pretty cracked in my eyes. So, yeah, hopefully the developers have got some form of new gameplay, game modes, whatnot. Because, hey, they are bringing out some banging-ass characters. Questionable typing, but if the character's kit is universal, typing don't matter. Typing don't matter if you really think about it. So, yeah, if they keep it as it is, it doesn't bother me that he's thrust. I'm just gonna keep it straight. Doesn't bother me at all. So, but yeah, we'll see what changes. But for right now, boys, whew, this Mayuri's looking very, very strong.